All right, good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you guys are at today. This is Travis of the Good Life Property Group, and we are going to be talking about social media strategy today. And I want to start out this discussion by asking a couple questions. If anybody wants to answer these, feel free to chime in here. I want to ask, how many of you guys think you guys are doing a good job promoting your business on social media? You can raise your hand, say, hey, me. Anybody that says they're doing a good job promoting their business on social media. Got a couple hands, couple comments. Okay. So next question I want to ask is, on average, how many leads do you generate? And this is the fun one. What's your ad spend, right? So if anybody wants to tell me in the comments, chat, whatever, um, what are you spending on your ads on average for a month on those things? Just give you a second here. And then the last question I want to ask you is, do you feel that your time that you've spent on social media has benefited your business? Think about this in terms of tangible effect on your business. And so my name is Travis. I'm a network engineer. I've been in the IT business for about 25 years now. I work for some of the biggest companies in the country, solving some of their most complicated technical problems. I've been on social media since they invented it. So I have a lot of strategies as to how to build and grow businesses through social media. And so that's what I want to talk about today. I think it's critical for real estate agents or anybody that's really in any kind of a business that's selling anything to the public to have a strong digital presence and have actually a business plan for that and see what that looks like to build your business. So over the course of the time, I've developed a strategy around my social media. It's not just something that I do. It's not a casual activity, but there's actually something there. So I'm going to peel back the onion on that. And the very first thing that I want to encourage everybody on this call to do is, and this is part of, if you're from Chevron Coaching, one of the number one things that we talk about in the Agent Success Program is goals. We need to set goals, clear, smart goals, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals so that all this time that we're spending on social media means something. If we spend a lot of time on social media and we're not measuring those things, it can be a point of diminishing returns where we're not getting back the investment of the time that we have. So goal is to actually produce a measurable result, maybe X number of leads, setting a number of appointments, or closing a number of deals during a specific time frame. Our cycle here in Northeast Indiana is generally from April to September, October, and then the market cools down a little bit. So the very first thing that I want to encourage you to do, if you don't already have this, is to develop a demographic and psychographic profile of your ideal candidate. And so what this means is considering things like their age, the location they're in, their income level, their interests, and different things that are going to be pain points for them. If you don't already have this written out, I strongly suggest that you identify who these people are and write it out as a clear and concise statement of who your ideal candidate is. Now, you are your own person, and I think that you should come through that with your profile. I don't want you to just post work. I want you to connect with your clients, and I want them to feel like they're part of the family. So the second thing that I want to talk about here is really choosing the right platform. There's a lot of social media platforms out there today, and you really need to focus where your target audience is going to be the most active. For real estate, typically that's going to be Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok. There are other platforms. Those serve different age demographics. Some of those I'm not going to talk about today because I'm not personally familiar with them. But what I would suggest that you do is focus on one or two social media platforms maximum. You can, of course, do other platforms, but it really can become an issue if you become too oversaturated in platforms. Really concentrate and focus your effort on the one where you're doing the best. A lot of people right now are going to have to pivot because TikTok may be going away, for example. So I've built my business on Facebook because that's where my target demographic is. The next thing that I would encourage you to do, if you're not sure where to start, is find an agent either locally or out of your market that is doing what you want to do and just connect with them. Worst case scenario, this could be a great referral source for you. Very early on in my business, I connected with some girls out in Illinois because they had a great TikTok account, and now we're great friends. I've gotten referral business from them. I'll send them business. It's a great situation, all from just a TikTok account. So that's the third thing I want to talk about here today is optimizing your profile. Don't be a secret agent. This is the biggest mistake I see a lot of agents make. This happens all the time. If I encounter a real estate agent, generally I already know who they are because I'm following the top and the mid-level agents and some of the newer agents. Every once in a while, somebody comes through and I see their name on a showing time request or their name comes across my email, and I was like, who's this agent? So I go on Facebook and I look them up, and I'm like, I'm not connected with this person. They're not mutually connected with a bunch of my connections. They are not doing what I consider is the right thing to do. If you look at a lot of the top agents in this area, I have 600 or 700 mutual connections because we're all connected with each other. We're building a strong network here in Fort Wayne, for better or for worse. And some people, they have focused all their time on a professional profile. And I'm going to tell you here, my professional opinion is that's a mistake. And here's why, is because I'm going to your personal page. I don't care if you have a business page. I'm going to look at the person because personal behavior dictates business behavior. I'll let that set for a second. Personal behavior dictates business behavior. I'm sure you guys heard that before if you've been around this crowd any length of time. Now, if I go on your personal page and you're out drinking every Friday and Saturday night, if you're posting things that maybe aren't necessarily respectful or responsible, I'm going to form an opinion. So I encourage you to keep your personal profile professional and keep your numbers there so I can get a hold of you. So the next thing, number 4, this is not just a willy-nilly activity. Now, sometimes scrolling can become a willy-nilly activity because you're just looking and looking. This is not what we're doing here. This is about having a strategy to drive content to your page. And then when you start putting out that content, it's going to take time, but you need a strategy around that content. You cannot just keep posting. Look at all the houses that I sold, because people will get sick of that very, very quickly. You need to share engaging content that also tells part of your story. Chanel, if you're on here, Chanel will tell you that you have a story and you need to tell your story. So let that show through. And here's some of the ideas of things I go through. So listings, I'm highlighting properties I'm showing the clients, and I mean, of course, if not, if they're going to buy it, that's secret. If I'm hosting an open house, and if there's a really cool feature on another agent, make sure you reach out and ask for permission, but I will share other agents from other brokerages listings and anything else I find interesting in my day-to-day work. Educational content, tips on home buying, selling, investing, home improvement. Sometimes I do funny videos at my own house. I also help other agents promote their business, and I don't care where they're at. We're all in this business to thrive together. We're better off if we work together. Behind the scenes, trying to let people know who I am as a person. If any of you guys have ever seen any of my social media posts, you know that I do not keep it 100% professional. And local insights. This is probably one of my favorite things to do, is any little local businesses or any other events or things that are going on, amenities, ice cream shop, whatever. I try to promote that stuff. Now, how often should you be posting? This is like a really important question. A lot of people don't completely understand this because they think they're posting too much. Now, I'm going to let you in a little secret. Couple things. Number one, nobody cares. The reality is that the Facebook algorithm is going to share your content to certain people over certain time intervals. You post something, if it does well, it's going to go out to more people and then they'll see it. If you post something and they bring it out to a couple of people and it doesn't necessarily do well, it's buried. It doesn't matter. You've burnt that, post something else. Change the type of content that you're posting. It could be a video, could be a joke. A local realtor in town likes to post funny jokes every day. Whatever that may drive some business for you. This is the next thing. This is point number 5, and some of you are going to have a little bit of jealousy, right? So, and this is what I'm going to consider more of the dark art side of the social media strategy that I want to talk to you about today. We've all seen posts from a certain person, and that person gets 100 likes, comments, shares, whatever, tons of engagement. Another person who knows the same people gets 5. Now, it's not necessarily them liking one or the other of you more. And some people may take offense to this. But let me ask you this, is how engaged are you with them? Everybody wants to have massive engagement, but are you massively engaging? You need a pod, a group of people that's willing to actively engage with you. And what that takes is liking, sharing, and commenting on their stuff. I find other agents and industry people are the best to do this, but you have to be reciprocal. Okay. Join real estate groups and communities. It's a great way to network with other agents. This is one of the things that makes my business powerful is that I have a national network, not just through my brokerage, but even outside of the walls of my brokerage of agents that are willing to refer business to me because they know what my brand is. And then collaborating with local businesses and other influencers. This is another huge thing that you can always do promotional work for them, do it for free, and eventually that's going to come back for you. Point number 6, and this is important. Everything in this world today is video. And the TikTok generation has really changed how people perceive media and they see content. Less is more. And with this, I'm trying to wrap this up quick because we have a short attention span. About a minute or two really is how long we get. This should have been 3 5-minute videos, and you'd have probably caught a minute or two of what I said. So the first couple things that you say are important, make it count. The couple people that watch past a minute, those are your potential clients. Sell yourself to those people and go deep with the people past a minute. That's where you give them the good stuff. Use analytical tools that are provided by the social media sites, if you're not already doing this, to track your rates. If you're putting out $100 and you're not converting on $100, maybe you spend that money somewhere else. And that'll allow you to tweak the approach of what you're posting. And the last thing is, if you're analyzing trends on social media, maybe there's a hot movie. Last summer it was Barbie, for example. So a great local real estate agent did a video themed on Barbie. It was some of the most brilliant marketing I've ever seen. Now, this is the last thing that I'm going to close with here, and then we'll wrap it up on my time, is I will leave you with this: focus on the relationship, not the sale. Some of you guys and girls may have been transactional in your business. Right now, it is not the time to do that. Focus on building a relationship with your audience on social media. I want them to feel like they're part of my family. And one of the best pieces of advice, and what I'm going to close with today, is from Joe Rogan. And he says, pretend that you have a documentary film crew following your success story. And this has been one of the biggest things that's driven me in the last couple of years. Use social media as a journey to document your struggles, your wins, your losses with life, people, and then let them feel like they know you. These relationships will last a lifetime even outside of business. And that is my time. Thank you for very much for taking this point with me. I really appreciate everybody and make it a great day.